Welcome back everybody to another episode of Man Bites Film. This week it's Friday the 13th, so in honor of that we're going to be celebrating 3 horror films that are currently streaming on Netflix that I really appreciate or really enjoyed watching. The first one that we're going to go straight into is Hellraiser. This is a 1987 Clive Owen film. This is one of the masterpieces of the 80s and 90s horror. Alright, this one spawned a whole series of sequels right after, like pretty much every horror movie in the 80s did. This film itself actually revolves around an unfaithful wife that encounters a zombie of her dead lover type of thing, and demons are pursuing him as he escaped like this crazy sadomasochistic hell, I guess you could say. So it's basically like a genie in a bottle type of film, but in a very horror style. I mean, it's the genie is really bad this time, and the Hellraiser himself is freaking awesome. I love Pinhead. That is one of the most iconic images in horror, in my opinion. And realistically, this guy, like, I remember Cabin in the Woods, when they did the little homage to him, I was like, oh, that is awesome. That is so awesome. So I really like the character of Pinhead. I think it's such an awesome story, the fact that every time somebody touches this box and figures this box out, they unleash this crazy demon world type of thing, that they're all like masochists and crazy as hell, hanging people from the roofs and all that stuff. I mean, this is really sick stuff that they get into, but it's very entertaining, the fact that they unleash this hell. And the box itself is such a cool artifact. The story, it's a pretty simple story. It's not a very overly elaborate story or anything like that. The horror aspect is more of like, oh, what's gonna happen? This guy's literally from hell, and what is he gonna do to this woman, and what's going on? What's gonna happen to the world? Is this like all ending world calamity type of thing? Or, you know, it kind of keeps you suspended, which is really cool. And the film is very dated, so if you do not like films from the 80s, you will not enjoy this, because it is very dated. Hasn't been updated at all, thank God. I hope they don't touch it, because it is a classic, and it is going to be very hard to do some of the stuff that they did in the 80s nowadays, just because of just the censorship that goes on in Hollywood now. You know, the politically correct bullshit and all that stuff. They won't be able to do this type of film in that, you know, in today's society, I guess you could say. So Hellraiser, 1987, directed by Clive Owen, and this is a 10 out of 10 in my book. This is one of my favorite films of all time as well. So please check this one out. This is streaming on Netflix, easy access for it. Next one that I want to go into is Children of the Corn. This is a 1984, directed by Fritz Kirsch? I'm butchering his last name, sorry. So this is basically another Stephen King novel turned into a film, and it revolves around these children that they have basically like a cult going on in this small town, and they believe they need to purge all adults, anybody over the age of 18 specifically. So this cult basically tries to kill everybody in the town, and it's very awesome the way that they portray this film, the way that the children actors are actually coming off in this film. They come off creepy as hell. I mean, it has so many iconic images in the 80s from this film that just it still stands today. That's why it has become one of the most iconic horror films, you know, it is one of the best horror films out there. This one, it kind of revolves, this particular one, the first one, revolves around this couple that get trapped in the town, and they uncover all these series of events and the cult that's behind everything. So that's what this one is about. And again, like I said with Hellraiser, it spawned a bunch of sequels. None of them as good as the first one, unfortunately. Especially these were really bad sequels, in my opinion. I really did not enjoy a single one after the first one. The second one was okay, but the first one was a masterpiece. So please check this one out. This is 1984 Children of the Corn, currently streaming on Netflix. Easy access for you. Last one that I want to go into is not streaming anywhere, but is an awesome horror film. This is called The Fourth Kind. This is a 2009 film directed by Olatunde Asunami. I butchered the name, sorry. This is basically a mockumentary style film that revolves around this mystery that's been going on in Alaska for years, according to the film. And it revolves basically around like a found footage type of thing of an interview with a psychologist, and it's insane. This is one of the creepiest, most unsettling films I have ever seen. This is one of the few films that I could actually say gets under my skin. And it's not horror, it's not gore, it's psychological thriller style. It just gets under your skin, and you get chills, you get freaked out, you actually become paranoid while watching this film. It's so good. It really gets you into the film, which is awesome, especially for a mockumentary. I do not enjoy mockumentaries at all, and this does such a good job with that. It's up there with Troll Hunter, all these other films. This is very interesting, and it's so effective in the way it's delivered. It's mostly around the found footage and talking head style, but there's certain scenes where the things start happening and you're like, whoa, this is intense. So I definitely recommend this if you want to scare the living bejesus out of somebody, because it's so worth it. This is a great horror movie, suspense thriller. I put it at an 8 out of 10 just because it is found footage. It's a little bit harder to follow, and sometimes it's not a masterpiece in cinema or anything like that, or anything close. It's a good story and a good delivery. So I hope you guys enjoy this. That's The Fourth Kind, and this is a 2009 film. This is not streaming. I saw it on Amazon for a rental price. It's actually really worth the rental price. It really is. Or buy the DVD. I mean, the DVD is probably like $5-6 at Walmart. So it's an easy find. Please check that one out. So the 3 films that we reviewed today, just to recap, is Hellraiser 1987 version, Children of the Corn 1984, the original one, and The Fourth Kind. All 3 of these films are great films, and I definitely recommend for tonight. And if you haven't seen Hellraiser at all, please watch this. You're in for a treat. And Netflix has multiple of the sequels and stuff like that are actually pretty good. They're not great films, but they are pretty good. So I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys next week on Man Bites Film.